Hey, Walking Dead fans, guess who's back? Negan, the big scary you, came at you this past Sunday on The Walking Dead, and I want to talk about it with you. That could be like my corniest opening ever. But big, real quick shout outs for everyone who has liked or has shared this video. Thank you so much for watching the episodes. And I love the feedback that I've gotten from everybody in the different Facebook groups and on the web and on YouTube. It's been very interesting to see the dynamic that's forming with everybody. But if you like the video, hit the like. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Like Monkeys Fighting Robots on Facebook. That's always huge. And, I'm usually goofing off on Twitter if you want to chat on Twitter. The one thing I did find out in these Facebook groups is not everybody loves Negan as much as I love Negan. I think that Negan and his character and Jeffery Dean Morgan totally blow away everybody else on the show as far as acting prowess and just charisma and his stance and everything there. I don't like him as a person, but as a character, I think he's really awesome. And when he's on, I'm like, oh my God, Negan's on. But what I found out is not a lot of people care about Negan, and that's really interesting to find that out. But with that said, this was a Negan-centric episode with Father Gabriel and Negan stuck in the trailer. And I love the pacing of this episode, where it told multiple stories, because then things are very quick, and you kind of bounce, and because you had Rick and Daryl's story, and then you had the Savior story. I thought those three stories blended very well, and then it gave for a nice, well-paced episode of The Walking Dead. I'm not a fan of these long, drawn-out episodes of one story arc, because I feel like it kind of gets a little old, and it gets a little stale by the end, and the pacing issues change. But what I do want to say is I do think that this episode specifically, missed huge opportunities for being epic. This was a good episode. They told a story, but cinematography and storyline, how they told those stories through cinematography and music and sound and framing, was really off. I didn't feel like Negan and Father Gabriel were claustrophobic or tight or, almost at death's brink. I didn't think that was going on. The back and forth of the conversation, you could have done some really cool camera angles in it. And then their escape scene, when they're escaping and trying to get to the warehouse, I was like, there wasn't a lot going on there. I wasn't compelled. I wasn't shaking my boots. Is Father Gabriel going to die? And if he did die, the way it was filmed, I was just whatever. The other thing that kind of really stuck out to me was the Daryl Rick morality battle that I was really looking forward to. Just came off two brothers goofing off and fighting, there wasn't it wasn't tense. It wasn't tense. You're oh, they're fighting, punches are thrown and things get blown up, and then they're sitting there like Wile E. Coyote and Bugs Bunny, oh well, we blew up the guns. What are we gonna do now? I don't know. I feel like this episode specifically had a chance to be very tense, very nerve-wracking, very pull at your strings, emotional strings between Rick and Daryl and what side you're gonna take. And none of that really played out on screen to me as best as it could. They plotted long and they told the story, but I think they could have gotten really emotionally intense with this episode, and they missed the mark. And I'm not bashing the show. I'm just, I'm a fan of the show and I want to see it succeed. And sometimes you got to take a hard, critical look at the show and be hey, this is how I would fix it. This is what I would have done differently. And hopefully things improve. I love The Walking Dead, and I love talking with you guys. So give me your feedback on the show, on this episode specifically. Did you feel tense? Did you like it? Did you not like it? How they changed up the pacing compared to previous episodes. Yeah, that's it. That's my Walking Dead review for the big scary you. Turkey Day is upon us, so I hope you and your family have a great day in Thanksgiving and eat lots of turkey, and then play with the zombie turkey carcass and goof off and have all those fun things. But definitely give me some comments on what you thought of where Walking Dead is right now, and I can think about it while I'm eating turkey and get back to you when the next episode arrives. All right, guys. I love you. I love The Walking Dead, and I'm Matt Sardo, and this is Monkeys Fighting Robots.